just working on this. This is sort of a design. I'm building it as I go. I got to this stage and I was seeing that the weight of the rock was getting pretty heavy, so I was going to use perlite. I had a bag of perlite outside, but when I opened it, it was very dusty and the particles are quite small, so I didn't think that was a good idea, as I didn't want the perlite flicks circulating into my Kratkey method container down below. So I decided to go with river rock the whole way, bring it up a little bit above the water line there. In order to take up the weight, though, I was concerned about that. I did beef up the frame a little bit, so I put a cross member across here, connected it to this two side rails, and then I put in some screws and bolts underneath here just to take up the weight. So I've got them right there, and you can kind of see the little, see if I can show you there, the little washers, and they bolt into that. And this bottom piece of plywood here was sagging a bit, and that just pulled it up. So I'm pretty confident that'll work. Those washers will spread out the load so the heads won't suck through this cheap plywood, and it should be okay. So I'm gonna go out and get the gravel and fill this in, and then decide the next decision, how many plants to put in each one of these little containers. I think I'll probably reference a few YouTube videos to see what other people have done and plant them accordingly, and again, with comparing that to the plants that I'm putting in too. I bought a whole bunch of seeds and see how the leafy green stuff goes. But anyways, this was the one last little detail, and I'll just show it right here. It's just a 1 by 6 of the same material running across here just to stiffen it up and to give something the bottom to attach to. So I think that should be sufficient to hold this. I estimate about 200 pounds of gravel are going to go into these two totes, about 100 pounds each, based on how heavy they were when I put what I got in there so far. I figure it was probably around 40 pounds or so, and I think these do taper up a little bit, and it's going to go, I think, a little bit more than double. So I figure probably around 100 pounds a tote for gravel. So hopefully anybody watching this can use this kind of information in their planning, and we'll just see how this goes. But it is shaping up pretty good. Let's see, yeah, that's about it. So let's get this thing working. See you later. Welcome back, YouTube. Just made a little more progress on my grow chamber here. As you can see, I've topped it up with some pea gravel up to about the water line. I just ran the test. It works exactly the same as before, which is terrific. It comes up to pretty much about the top, so that works. I just have to mount this little hose here a little more rigidly and get the irrigation plumbing in, get that working, and cut the holes down there in my Kratkey method, little flat top there, and figure out how many plants I'm going to put in here, and that's about it. My intention over on this little dead space over here was to use this as a nursery over here, where I could put just some things in little pots, and as the plants get picked and expire, I can have new ones growing ready to pop in and move them in and move them out and keep the whole little assembly line going here. So I'm pretty happy with the way it worked out. There doesn't seem to be any bowing in this in the base here. It's running pretty good. It's pretty heavy, but it's pretty good. I think it'll be good. I should have made it out of 2x4s instead of 2x3s. It would have been a little bit stiffer. When I was thinking about it, 2x3s seemed more than adequate, but with a couple 100 pounds of pea gravel in there, so, and the plants are going to weigh a little bit, but not much, I guess. But anyways, on a side note, today's about the, what is it, the 9th of November, and we just got some snow outside, so winter's just around the corner. There's no above zero temperatures forecast. That's 32 for Americans in the future. So it looks like winter's on the way. There's supposed to be some super storm over the Northwest Pacific. They're going to pump a bunch of cold air our way, so who knows what'll happen. But I'm glad to have this done and ready to go for the winter, and this will be my first serious attempt at growing leafy greens indoor all year round. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll keep this documented. Catch you later, YouTube. Good evening, YouTube. Back again. I've got a little further in my project here. I've got the pipe connected here so it's not wiggly, and I've installed my well, I'd like to hope my final solution for getting water. I'll explain what that is over here. I've also got my Kratkey table set up here, and everything seems to be working just fine. I've got water in the bottom of all my little net pots, which I was a little worried about, but I think that'll be okay. Let's see. What this does is, if you look at this, before the big pipe, it was just gushing it out. Right now there's not much. There's my finger. Yeah. Not much water coming out, but it still works the same. It takes a little longer, but because there's more gravel in here, it doesn't take as long for the water to fill up, but it reaches the top and then it both drains, and this has been going continuously now, and then it seems to go through these near the bottom of the reservoir cycles where it comes up, then it drains, and you hear that sucking sound, and it bubbles the water, and it does that periodically as long as the pump keeps pumping. It seems as if you turn the pump off, it resets it, and it'll do the flood and drain cycle, which is really good for getting the gravel nice and uniformly wet. So it doesn't really matter where these things go. It brings the water level up in each one of these compartments to about the water line that it was before, somewhere around there. It is a little bit, it's working a little bit differently, but it seems to still be working, so I think this is going to work out pretty good. It's probably time for one of these little suck cycles to start to go pretty soon. I'm not sure if you can set your clock by them, but it does seem to go. This one seems to fill up further, but it's closer to the pump, so that only makes sense. Let's see. And let's see down here. Do get some aeration. You can see it there. You can see those little bubbles. Getting a little bit of bubbles. When it starts to suck, it really bubbles it pretty good. I'm hoping it'll do that pretty soon. I think this is going to work out just fine. I may find out that because I'm using the Kratkey table to feed the water up there, I'm going to have to be topping it up more than you normally would with a Kratkey method. But I think the way I've been saying it, sounds like Kratkey, but it's Kratkey. Yes, I should learn to pronounce my words better. Oh, here we go. There we go. So I think this is like getting a free air pump. Oh, my furnace just kicked on. Yay. Yeah. Then it stops. The big bubbles anyways, and then the other pipe does it. They're synced to their each compartment, so. Oh well. Well, now got to get some plants sprouted and pop them in here and see if we can grow something that's worth talking about. Anyways, I just wanted to take a look at this. It's pretty good. Oh, I got to get my lights in here too, and some few timers and stuff like that. But I think the worst of the worst part's over now. Anyways, that's the progress to date, YouTube. Good night. Good evening, YouTube. Thought I'd do a quick video update on the progress. Things are moving along. It's now the 27th of November 2014. I planted the seeds on the 11th, so it's a week and a day. Here is the top section of my little grow area here. This is the stuff that's growing in the pea gravel with the irrigated water from down below here. Here's my little nursery area here. Here's these three peat pots where not a seed sprouted. At least 3 seeds went into each one. Nothing happened. I'm going to try growing in this stuff here. This is different. This is this wet florist foam. It absorbs water, it's easy to cut, easy to poke holes in, and the roots will go through it. So I'm going to see how it grows in that kind of stuff. And this is the lettuce that was growing just in the bagged earth that you get, the Miracle-Gro type stuff. I also did install, you can see that little yellow thing there, that's one of those little sticky bug traps. Down below here in the Kratkey water table, things are coming along too. Those several plants in there, they're all doing some good. Oh, there goes my fill and drain system. There goes This is working surprisingly well. It just fills and drains, and it works just, I think, marvelously. Right here I have a volunteer tomato. I've got several volunteer tomatoes that have popped up. They just came from seeds. The plant that was growing in here, right here, I accidentally yanked out, so I stuck it down in here. So he's down here now with a little bit of root shock, but seems to be recovering nicely. I also sprinkled some seeds from a few plants just to throw some seeds in there to see if they'll sprout. I figured if the volunteer tomatoes came up, maybe just some seed sprinkling will come up, and we'll see what shows up. But I just did want to take a time to show you the little update. Some of the plants at the back are actually doing pretty good back there. They're starting to look like plants, not just little seedlings. But enough about that. Let's see. My little water indicator works very well. I like that. So that's pretty good. And the temperature is running between 70 and 80 degrees with it open like this. It gets a little warmer when I zip it up. But that's what I wanted to just show you. The things are moving along. The bok choy they all seem to be leaning, but I think they're supposed to do that. Let's see. Yeah, we'll find out. Not too bad for 2 weeks of effort. Okay, that's it for now. Bye, YouTube.